What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're covering 10 of the best smelling fragrances that I've come across this year. Now, these aren't the only 10 that I think are just, great smelling options for you to maybe get some samples or test, or if you're in the market for, maybe grab a full bottle of. Some of these are new releases. Some of these are just new to me, but without a doubt, some of the best stuff I've smelled in 2024. Stay tuned. Starting with one of my favorite new blues I've added to my collection. I've been raving about it most of the year. Bad Boy Cobalt. Yes, I was very, very late to the game on this fragrance, but that doesn't change the fact of how amazing it is and how well it speaks to my taste. Very much. So let's get the comparisons out the way. It gets compared to Invictus Platinum and Coach for Men. It does have elements of both scent profiles in here. It does start off a little bit like Invictus Platinum minus the green herbal tone. And then it dries into very much Coach for Men, the gray, black gradient bottle, the original Coach for Men. I get a lot of that. It starts off sweet, aromatic, very synthetic, dries down a bit fresh and spicy, clean and musky, a little bit of a shower gel feel with a soft woody nuance. I just love this stuff. Again, it's highly synthetic smelling, but it just works. If you are cool with that synthetic designer smell, the mass appealing stuff, which, I would say 8 out of every 10 times, 7 out of every 10 fragrances I wear, I'm looking for something like this that just smells good, just going to work with, my overall casual appeal, which is most of my days. This is the kind of stuff I reach for. Slightly above average performance. I get around 8 hours in longevity, nothing crazy in projection for about an hour and a half or so before it, gets a bit close to the skin. But this is good stuff. I would highly encourage you checking this out, especially if you have similar taste to mine. It's Bad Boy Cobalt. So at the beginning of the year, I did a wish list of fragrances I want to check off that want list and wish list for this year. And Bulgari's Tigar was number one because I've tried a lot of the clones and none of them really measure up, if you will. Well, I got a sizable decant of Vibrato. That gets a lot of love. And while it's phenomenal, the one that speaks to me the most is Kajal Homme III. I was lucky enough to get my hands on a bottle of this, and this does the trick. I don't need Bulgari's Tigar anymore. This has this lemon-heavy, lemonade, grapefruit kind of thing going on at the top. You still get the spices, that warm ambery tone, ambroxan woods, everything that's relatable to Tigar's scent profile. Really, really good quality here because it's Kajal perfumes. And just highly versatile. Spiced citrus at its finest with a little bit of a shower gel feel. Beautiful, mass appealing fragrance. My wife's a big fan of this scent profile as well. Great longevity. Sillage really works for me here. I do experience some nose fatigue, probably due to the ambroxan that's in here, but that's okay. My nose does come back to life after a few hours, and I go back to enjoying my Sillage all over again. If you've never tried this one, I would strongly encourage checking it out if you're looking for maybe that upper level experience, kind of like Tigar without spending Tigar money. Kajal Homme III might be that fragrance for you. Super late to the game on this one. I've been buying a lot of Carolina Herrera stuff. I bought 5 of the 212 VIP fragrances, and hands down, the best of the bunch is VIP Black. This is a beautiful evening wear vanilla, spiced, a little powdery, soft and sensual, very attractive. Wife's a fan, I'm a fan. This is my kind of stuff right here. Don't get me wrong, VIP wins. Really good stuff. The original, I think, is a better daily wear fragrance than it is evening wear. I've got I Love New York, the coffee-based one, my least favorite, still a decent fragrance. And then also, what other one? Smiley. Smiley is one of the better designer vanillas I've come across. So the line's got a lot of charm and a lot to offer, but this stands head and shoulders above the rest for me. I've heard Extra Black, a discontinued flanker, was even better, that I missed the boat on that one. Maybe so. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll be lucky enough to get my nose on it, but for the time being, this is easily one of the best fragrances I've smelled this year. If you like, more mid-level designer vanillas, because there's a ton of them out there. There's a sea of redundancy when it comes to designer fragrances based around vanilla. And this is nothing new. It was just new to me. And it smells damn good. Great for a date night out. 212 VIP Black. So my main man, Dedrick Hicks Jr., introduced me to this first. I was blown away in a blind smell and rate video at his home. I then got the Amber Olfactive set from Mind Games and was able to re-experience the fragrance, and I was lucky enough to get a bottle lately with Mind Games French Defense. Not just one of the best fragrances I've smelled this year, one of the best fragrances I've ever smelled. I'm not a big gourmand guy, but this is easily the best cherry I've ever smelled. It's like a syrupy, boozy, sweet cherry. Nice and warm, a little spiced. This is next level seduction when it comes to syrupy, sweet, fruity fragrances. It's not too boozy either. It's a nice, I believe it's cognac that's in here. Might even be rum. Oh my God. I don't remember exactly what boozy note. That is so good. My God. Get a sample of this. You can get 2 ml samples in the link below. Try this fragrance. If you've been looking for that next level cherry, let's say you like fragrances like Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Eau de Parfum. Beautiful cherry fragrance. If you like any of the Tom Fords, Lost Cherry, Cherry Smoke, Electric Cherry, any of those, just cherry in general. This is like the cream of the crop, in my opinion, when it comes to cherry. This is must experience, must try, must own if you got it like that, because it is expensive, but definitely get a sample and try this one. Performance is crazy. Quality is top tier. It's just phenomenal. It really is. Like I said, if you like cherry fragrances, to me, best one ever made. It's Mind Games French Defense. Now, so far, it's still my favorite designer release this year. Nothing has topped it. We are currently in the beginning of June. We're midway through the year. There's still more designers to come. There's designers that have come out that I haven't gotten my nose on yet. But Bois de Scent Elixir, this is definitely one of the best fragrances I've smelled this year. Smells like Spice Bomb Infrared EDP, which was my favorite designer from last year's releases, mixed with Bois de Scent's DNA, that sweet, slightly boozed Maninka fruit. You get this red peppered spice. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I stand on that hill. This is an amazing fragrance. To me, the best of the bunch, and it's great when they can top themselves from year to year, because last year I felt that way about Bois de Scent Magnetic. It was a top 3 designer release for me. They follow it up with what I believe to be even better than that. And Private Accord and Absolute, they were the previous releases were phenomenal from this line. This is a great line as a whole. If you like one, you'll probably like most, if not all of them, but the cream of the crop, easily this one. If you want to experience the spicy twist in this particular DNA, this is the one. It's Bois de Scent Elixir. Now, Fragrance Du Bois reached out to me not that long ago and asked if I was interested in checking out one of 3 fragrances. And one of the 3, because I did look at breakdowns on them, because it's like, all right, choose wisely. I got 3 options here. Let's see what speaks to me. And easily, London Spice was the one that stood out. And oh my, was this a great option for me? Spearmint green, aquatic, a little green spiced, aromatic and bright. A true everyday signature scent wear for somebody that wants quality, nothing challenging, but still kind of walks its own path at the same time. Has performance that'll go all day without being obnoxiously loud. This is so good. Man, this is so, so good. Crazy expensive. As far from blind buy safe as it gets because of the price point. The scent profile is incredible. I would highly encourage getting a sample, a small decant, trying this. This may be a fragrance that you want to consider getting your hands on if you're looking to grab something very pricey, very high quality luxury. Crazy expensive though, I gotta say. I gotta call a spade here. But the scent is phenomenal. I am super thankful to have this one. This definitely does speak to my taste. It's one of the best fragrances I've smelled this year, hence the reason it's in this video in the first place. This was one of the first fragrances I grabbed when compiling this list of 10. So if you've never experienced this, I want to get a sample and try it. If you're looking for a great minty green aquatic, definitely one of the best I've ever smelled. It's Fragrance Du Bois London Spice. So Perfume Box has been collaborating with me and the channel a lot as of late, sending me a lot of Dumont fragrances to experience and review, and none of them have topped this one. The hype is real for me. It's Watermelon Invictus. It's Nitro Red. Great performance. It smells like you melt a watermelon Jolly Rancher and you put it in a bottle of Invictus. Sweet bubblegum aquatic. People will relate it to Hawass as well, because Hawass smells like Invictus, but you got to lose the spice, like that cinnamon and cardamom that are very prominent in Hawass. You don't get here. I don't get loads of spices. I do get the sweet bubblegum aquatic, heavy fruity tones, a little metallic, but very much a powerhouse fragrance as well. Compliment factors on the higher side. It's a very youthful, playful fragrance. Nothing serious here. This is not like the, great professional office wear type of profile, and maybe not the best first date fragrance, but casually out and about, this is fan-damn-tastic. You're going to have a beautiful sillage following you everywhere. And again, who knows what performance you will get, but for me, this is an absolute monster. The best Dumont fragrance I've tried this year. Nothing's been able to knock it off the mountaintop, and they got a lot of really good stuff that perform well. But for me and my taste, because I'm a big fan of the Invictus profile, this is definitely one of the best I've smelled this year. It's Nitro Red. So when this initially got announced, I had, eventually I'm going to get that. I'm glad I waited because I paid like $32 for a 4.2 ounce tester. And it's a full presentation. It just had a little sticker that said tester on the box. No big deal. So very much smells like a twist on Dylan Blue. Like, it doesn't smell exactly like Dylan Blue, but I would put it in that family. It's John Varvatos XX Indigo, or John Varvatos 20 Indigo. This is my kind of jam. Green mint leaf, spiced, a little on the dry side, aromatic, has a hint of this shower gel feel, nice and musky. Again, not exactly Dylan Blue, but in that family. This is my kind of jam. Definitely the best cheap blue fragrance I've picked up in a while. One of my absolute favorites from the brand. Immediately upon smelling this and after the first wear, I was like, yeah, this is one of my favorites John Varvatos has ever put out. This is good stuff. The house is very underrated and underappreciated. Their fragrances get very affordable in the cheapy territory. They're not going to win performance awards for anybody, really, not just me. Average to below average performers for the most part. And this one I would fall in the average 6-hour range on my skin, which I'm cool with. But for the low $30 price point and the way I love blue fragrances, this is one of the best I've smelled this year. And especially when you factor in price point, this is one of the best affordable options I've smelled this year for sure. John Varvatos XX Indigo. Now, there's been some mixed emotions about this one because people love the original. People love Profondo Lights. Hey, that was my favorite version until this came around. I do have the new Eau de Parfum. It is a little bit fresher than the original, but I think over time it'll level out with maceration. But easily the best of the bunch to me. Acqua di Gio Profondo Parfum. I like to classify it as an amber aquatic because it is much more warm and resinous. With that bright oceanic feel, it loses the mineral notes and the green notes from the original's profile. You still have that mimosa note, adding, kind of intensifying kind of the fruitiness to go with the citrus that's here. I think that's really the biggest role it plays. Great longevity, not a loud fragrance. My kind of jam. Give me 6 to 8 hours in longevity, which this does beyond that. And give me kind of arm's reach average stuff as far as projection with a nice well-rounded, consistent sillage. Because I have a loud personality. I'm a loud person. My fragrance doesn't have to match my energy. Just give me the longevity. I don't need my fragrance and me pronouncing I'm here every time I walk in a room. One of the two just needs to be going. On a more introverted type of day, maybe a louder fragrance. But high energy kind of day like I am right now, this is the kind of stuff I'm reaching for. It's a beautiful fragrance. I like it so much, and the return of the magnetic cap is a beautiful touch as well. I like this one so much, it's my number 2 in the line. Not just the Profondo line, Acqua di Gio line. Behind Profumo. That's how much I enjoy this one. And people will kind of scoff at that in the comments. It's my opinion. You don't have to feel the same way. You may think this is the worst release they've put out because it's all subjective, but, get out and try this one. From what I hear, they're finally hitting department stores. They've been readily available from Fragrance Buying, the link below, 50 ml and 100 ml bottles. But if you like Profondo, I can't imagine how you wouldn't like this one. It's the refined take. And it's one of the best I've smelled this year. It's Acqua di Gio Profondo Parfum. Some of you were expecting to see this in here, and yeah, damn right. It's the best fragrance I've smelled this year. I did save the best for last. I didn't rank these. They aren't numbered from 10 to 1, but they are ranked randomly, then number 1. And number 1 is hands down Zaharoff's signature Seraphim Blue for me. I love this fragrance. I literally wore it the last 3 evenings at the recording of this. I wear it at least once a week, most of the time multiple wearings a week, because I'm just a fan. It speaks to me. Wintergreen, fresh, aromatic, minty tone in the opening. Nice sea breeze, airy, aquatic feel, soft and powdery. A nice creamy tropical tone with a clean musk. Not overly sweet. The seaweed here adds to that oceanic feel, giving a little bit of a salty tone. It's more of a salty, misted air, more so than like just heavy aquatic, knee deep in the ocean kind of stuff. I'm such a fan. This is so me. It's based around eucalyptus, iris, and sea notes are going to be the main things you can find here. The olibanum resin, the frankincense resin that's in here, doesn't really make it all that smoky. If anything, it adds to that balsamic aromatic tone that you get a lot of aromatics in the opening from cypress and lavender, and then in the base you have the olibanum, and I think that keeps the party going with the aromatic tone. Going the whole way through, it is a nice clean type of fragrance, not overly soapy or anything like that, not overly floral, not overly aquatic. It's very well balanced. Claude Deer really flexed his brilliance and creativity when creating this for George. It's like they made the fragrance for me. Definitely grab a sample. You can get 3 ml samples in the link below. Try this one for yourself before the bottles are sold out till next year. I'm not saying run out and buy a bottle. A ton of people have, but I'm not saying that you have to either. But I am saying I would heavily and strongly encourage you to get one of those samples and try it for yourself, though, because it is hands down, without question, the best fragrance I've smelled this year. Zaharoff Signature Seraphim Blue. Well, that's 10 of the best that I have come across this year as far as scent profile specifically. Not the only 10. I could have did 15 or 20. I could do a part 2 if you guys are interested. Definitely comment down below if you're interested in a part 2, and I will oblige because I could definitely do more than 10. I've smelled a lot of really good fragrances this year, guys. It's just from releases in the last couple of years, there's been so much great coming out in the world of perfumery. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback. And I love hearing from you guys. What's some of the best stuff you've smelled this year? Was it anything here in this video? Let me know down below. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of the 10 that I featured here and you give them a spray now, pretty confident you'll thank me later. Have a good one, guys.